Hi, this is Tessa from Tales from Outside the Classroom, and today I'm showing you my newest product, my behavior reward system that I created for my students and decided to share with you. So right here you can see a sample screen that I would have displayed with my students. I do not have a board that is touchscreen like you would if you have a smartboard or something like that, which would make this program really awesome. But I do have a touchscreen laptop, and the students love coming up and selecting the number. So here's how I use it in my classroom. On this screen, there are 7 different numbers on the screen with specific areas highlighted. The top is just a little bit cut off and the bottom is just a little bit cut off on my screen sharing right now, but it's a full image, and you'll see that once we exit this. So when my students earn a compliment in our classroom, they come up and they choose a number. And on my computer, they like to come up and touch it. But it's completely possible for them just to come up and click it if that's your option. So they come up and they get a random reward that they don't know what it is. So we do compliments. So if I compliment their behavior or their procedure following in the hallway or their work effort, or especially if somebody else gives them a compliment, when we come back in our classroom and have a moment, we display this, and then I choose one person who was exemplary with that behavior, and they can come select a number. So I will show you what happens when we select number 7. It sent us to a reward that everyone gets 1 dojo point. Now that they see it, everybody cheers, and we select this return button to go back. So if it was a time when we were out for a while and students earned 2, then another student would come up and select a button again. So I'm just going to show you how it's random by choosing the 7 again, even though I just did it. And this time it says 3 minutes of talk time. So again, everybody cheers and we click return. When we are all done, we right click to end show. So then it comes back and I switch off. So that gives you a brief example of how we use it in our room. And now here is how you can set it up in your classroom. So first, when you download the file, because it's a zip file, you will need to extract all to extract everything out of the folder. The first thing in the folder is the file that says please read. So please make sure you read that first, as it gives you all of the details that you will need to know, all the specific information, some of the security information, that sort of thing. And then it also gives you the PowerPoint that you can use. So this is an example of the Christmas one. This one is free in my store, but it's also included in the larger file as well. So on this page are is the full image that I showed you, and then the numbers. Now I preset however many numbers I chose based on the image, but however many numbers you have isn't really so important because the rewards are random once the numbers are chosen. So even if you only have 2 numbers, the students still have the same odds of getting a reward because it's all about the slides for the rewards. So you can leave these here. If you want to create additional ones, that's fine as well. But if you do that, make sure you select the text box, right click it to copy and paste. The reason is the settings are set up specifically in here so it goes to a random slide. So if you do it a different way, it will not work. So copying and pasting an additional text box is the way to go. To set up the rewards, I have my own rewards set up here. I have Dojo Point, which I have twice. I have Brain Break twice, 3 minutes of talk time, and 3 minutes of extra recess time. The number of slides you include does not matter, but be mindful of how often you want to give out a reward. So, for example, I don't want to give out 3 minutes of talk time nearly as often as I am okay with giving everybody a dojo point or taking a 3-minute brain break. Or giving out extra recess. So you might have a specific reward you would like to happen a lot more frequently, and in that case you would then just duplicate this slide. In fact, anytime that you want to add an additional slide, I ask that you duplicate it to keep all of the settings there. So to duplicate a slide, let's say we want to give another slide for everyone gets a dojo point, we can duplicate slide, by right-clicking, and then it's just duplicated. Now, if you want to edit it and you don't want there to be a third everyone gets 1 dojo point, go ahead and still just duplicate the slide, and then when you come to the slide, you can change the text here. Now, the text font that I'm using is KG Second Chances Solid. You can download that for free for personal use from TPT. It's embedded as well, so you should be able to open and keep the same font that I have. The font on here is KG Makes You Stronger. Again, please don't change these too much because this is how everything is preset to go. So that return button goes back to the beginning. So let's say you don't want this to be everyone gets a 1 dojo point. You want this to be change your seats, where students get to change their seats for the rest of the day or something like that. You can just edit the text right there and it will work. So once you've set it up the first time, it's ready to go every day because it's random. It will continue to give students new rewards every time. So if they select a 7 every time, it will still give them random rewards, and it won't be the 7th slide every single time. The macros are important for this. So if you get an error message or security message asking you about macros, please select yes that you would like to enable the macros. The macros is how the slides are random. It might tell you it's random jump, and that's completely okay. I'm not trying to send you a virus. I completely trust TPT's system, and I'm not trying to make your computer susceptible. It's just really how we can get the PowerPoint to select the random slide. Once you've set it up one time, you're ready to go, but every time you want to do a new one, I ask that you do open that separate PowerPoint and then change rewards there. Plus, that keeps it a little more interesting for the kids. Once it's set up once, you're done. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email at talesfromoutsideTheClassroom@gmail.com, send me a Q&A on TPT, or send me a Facebook message. I'm happy to help however I can. I hope you enjoy it.